Coco here, welcome back to the Dragon's Den. In this episode, we'll be looking at Game 1 of NCSU Prime versus Supernova, and how NCSU was able to progressively carry a lead into a victory. Let's hop in. Jumping 9 minutes into the game, we are already seeing Supernova's aggressive playstyle as they dive the top turret, picking up the first 2 kills for their solo laners. A couple of minutes later, Hani's Bard oversteps in the bottom lane, which triggers an opening for Supernova to collapse down and wipe the NCSU bot lane. Not only does this give them a 2,000 gold advantage, but it sets them up for an unchallenged capture for the Infernal Drake. At this moment, everything is looking up for Supernova, as Jack Sparrow now looks to catch Shadow Visions out in the mid lane. This engagement quickly goes awry, as NCSU's mid laner uses heal and calls for a Stand United from the top lane. With Zero Blaze using Valkyrie to close the gap earlier and Flash exhausted, he has no way of escaping the lockdown and burst from Shadow Visions and Skull Rider. Not even a minute after, Supernova looked to fight again in the bot lane. With Corki teleporting in with special delivery, Supernova's sights are set on Rift Dog Xayah. However, major slip-ups happen in the engagement. Primarily, Supernova was forcing a fight without any ultimates. Kalista had used heal to close the gap, and Thresh had missed hook, denying crucial lockdown needed for the kill. Rift Dog evades downwards, dodging Flay with Featherstorm, and positions to lock down 3 members of Supernova with Blade Caller. Hani sees the tunneling and lands a perfect Tempered Fate, hitting all 4 members of Supernova and leaving his teammates free to set up for the killing blow. With a coordinated body slam to barrel, NCSU solidifies a 3-for-0 trade out of a greedy play from Supernova. From here, NCSU is now in the driver's seat, and the team's shot calling for objectives begins to run down their checklist. With a head start to transition to the top lane, Hani picks up a kill onto U-Stunned, allowing another free turret and delaying Supernova's movements even further. A dive in the mid lane secures the final outer turret, and a fluke engagement from Supernova's top laner grants NCSU the handicap of staggered respawn timers to claim all the turrets in the mid lane and optimizing the effect for a 4-1 split push in the side lanes. With kills onto the damage dealers of NCSU Prime, full-fledged teamfights become not an option for Supernova, as their front line is torn to shreds by NCSU's carries. Having an overwhelming 10,000 gold advantage at 21 minutes, NCSU Prime claim an inevitable victory in Game 1, even after having Baron being stolen away out of their hands by Jack Sparrow's Sejuani. Let's review. NCSU Prime had more convincing early game skirmishes, which allowed them to play their progressive playstyle of claiming objectives on the map and utilizing their split push composition. Not to mention the poorly executed and perfectly replied fight in the bottom lane for Rift Dog and Hani, as the amazing positioning of the Featherstorm in unison with a 3-man Blade Caller secures the game-turning Tempered Fate. Golds and kills were effectively distributed between Shadow Visions and Rift Dog, which made teamfighting a breeze and turning the scrappy style of Supernova against them. For this game, the player on fire was NCSU's Hani, as not only was he a major piece in granting his team the lead early, but also led the charge in making the battle for bot lane a victory for NCSU Prime. Thanks for watching this week's Dragon's Den. Be sure to look out for more videos and subscribe for more League of Legends and esports content.